Okay.
Okay, Gia. Are you
Oh,
there,
now
Gia?
you're yawning now too, aren't you? Oh no.
I'm not tired, I promise. I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
How are you, Gia? How are you
I'm
tonight?
good. I'm just very sleepy all of a sudden, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be
Yeah.
here and glad to be back in Port Charles hospital world. And what I liked about today, even though it was still like Christmassy decorations
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, it felt like in my world like Christmas, 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 big build up, and then I'm like, oh, I'm so done with Christmas,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I
Uh-huh.
feel like hospital was like already be like, okay, let's get back to murder,
Yeah,
and you
there's
know,
lots to get back to. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So,
Hmm. I don't remember any of it at the moment.
uh, yeah, I mostly remember today. Well, the
Heather,
gingerbread jam. We had a lot of
the
scenes
gingerbread
at the big
jam.
gingerbread jam,
Yeah.
and then a lot of like holiday oriented tomfoolery going on.
Mm-hmm. Presents given. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
babies,
Babies.
babies
Oh yeah,
happening.
that was
Yeah.
yeah, let's talk about the baby in the
Okay,
Quartermaine mansion for a little bit.
okay. What do you want to say about it? Sorry.
Well, I don't know. It seemed like it was just such a sort of gratuitous, weird kind of thing. Oh, I don't. Did we even learn her name?
Mary?
Well, they were.
Um,
Was did she say her name was Mary, or were they just calling her the Virgin Mary?
well, today somebody made reference to the fact that was dressed from a nativity scene as
Yeah,
Mary.
yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
don't remember her saying that, but she must have said that. And
I don't
apparently
know.
I didn't really pay much attention to what she was wearing because I didn't notice. I must have just thought she was sort of 80s looking, like with
Uh-huh.
a
Yeah.
floral dress and a shawl. I don't know, like
Mhm.
what was her Virgin Mary outfit that I missed?
We know that's what they were calling her the Virgin Mary because that's the part she had been playing, I guess, in whatever thing she came from. You
Right,
with
but yeah, yeah. But was she costumed like the
a
Virgin
little bit. I
Mary?
mean, she just had like sort of like a long shawl or something over herself. I don't know. I don't
Mhm.
know. It just felt like a trumped up kind of a thing. And, the only part of it that was a bit sweet was when, obviously she was going to name the baby after Brit and that, sort of caught Brit off guard.
Yeah, we're really ramping up the Brit storyline.
We
That's gonna be
sure are.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
gonna be our
And
biggie.
uh-huh. And she's not doing a very good job anymore of disguising what she's going through, really, emotionally
No.
anyway.
No, she's losing it.
She's losing it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So I want her to tell her friends,
I know.
you know?
I liked watching Maxie and Brad sort of
That was a
come.
real bright spot
It
today, I thought.
was, yeah, it was because they can kind of both do their thing, and yet
Yeah.
it's sort of like a new dynamic for both of them, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
But they should really be on the same page,
Hmm.
for her, but yeah, she was really losing it there.
Yeah. Uh huh.
But yeah, I
Um,
enjoyed their banter and their, the what should the waiters be wearing? Not
Not
much, that
much.
was like, okay, that was good,
Yeah, that was cute.
and I hope they go with the disco rather than the foam party.
Yeah, yeah. I
The
also liked.
Bee Gees, I'd like a little Bee Gees in the background.
Mhm. I was thinking this is sort of not neither here nor there, but it seems like
Alright.
the expression chosen family has been coming up a lot lately on
Yeah,
hospital.
okay.
I
Oh,
don't
on
know what this.
hospital, not in general.
Yeah,
I see it
just on
sometimes on
hospital.
Facebook, like,
Yeah,
huh.
sure.
Who
But
else mentioned it on hospital?
it seems like I've in the last, I don't know, I don't remember what episode or who it was, but it's just sort of, it seems like it's come up at least 3 times in the last week.
Well, it's an idea I'm interested in, having just had the holidays with family that
Mhm.
not chosen,
Right,
like
right.
the
Yeah.
actual family.
Uh-huh.
So, what's the deal? I can pick a new one?
Well, it seems like
I'm
I
just kidding, family. I love ya. Love ya.
Yeah. Maybe just, I don't know. I don't know if that's something that's happening more often than it used to, that people are sort of turning to like friends and stuff, as their
Yeah,
chosen
yeah.
family. I don't know. People have been getting shuffled around a lot.
Like real people or General Hospital people?
Real people. Like
Oh,
people move, and then like with COVID, people are all, lots of illness and
yeah.
death
I
and stuff.
I know people that, like, because of the pandemic, like, came to value friendships and family, and then I know other people who, like, ended up not speaking to friends and family,
Yeah, it was
like,
like the perfect
it's
excuse to like,
yeah,
kind of go dark. Yeah.
go dark, or you just realize, like, it's just not worth putting up with that relationship or whatever,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm not on one side or the other of that, but
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not either. Yeah, you really need both, I guess, your actual family and your chosen family.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
and you
but
need Pringles and you need beer to get through,
yeah, yeah. I'm
and
not sure
and
you need pickle soup though. That was did I tell you I was gonna make pickle soup?
I was like, "Did I miss something on hospital?
No, no, I guess not.
Pickle soup or pickled soup, like a
Pickle.
borscht
It has
pickle?
pickles in it. Yeah.
Oh my god, what else does that have in it? Like,
Well,
what are you gonna pair with that?"
it's very pickle forward. It was do you know the actress Kristen Bell? She's on well, she was on
Yeah,
Veronica
blonde
Mars.
and
Yeah, yeah.
perky, yes,
Yeah.
okay,
But she's
yeah,
done some very good work.
okay,
But anyway, she was on like a baking like competition show with other celebrities, and she made pickle soup,
okay.
and she won. And I thought, the kid in this house loves pickles so much that I can't really buy pickles because she'll eat them all in one day.
I like that about her, okay.
So
She go for
I
like a crunchy, like a Clausen, like a refrigerated
Yeah, sure,
yeah,
sure. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I thought I'd make pickle soup and satisfy that craving for her. And I can't decide if it was disgusting or if it was good. It really walked the line right
Is it
between.
a hot soup?
Yes, it's hot. It's
Wow.
Polish. It's Polish. I wish I should
Well,
have
that makes
pulled up the
sense.
Polish
Okay,
name. Yeah, and it has potatoes also. There's a lot of
okay.
variations, sour cream. So,
So it's
yeah.
kinda like a melted p like German potato salad is what
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
sounding like to
exactly,
me.
exactly, Gia, yeah.
Okay.
So and I think it was better today than yesterday,
Mm.
maybe because I was prepared for the taste, because it's definitely sort of, and it's the opposite of a sweet, it's
Would it
so
be good if you
salty.
used it as a dip for chips or something?
You could
Like, is it
blend
that
it. Yeah, it was kinda
yeah?
chunky because it had the potatoes and carrots and stuff, but you
Well,
could put it in a blender and then
aren't
it
you
would be.
brave? Listen to you, domestic stuff.
Well, that was like the extent of our dinner. It was like a peasant's meal, you know? We had pickle
Well,
soup and rye bread. That's what they recommended.
the nativity scene was a peasant scene, really.
Yeah,
So
sure, sure. And getting back to the Quartermaines, situation there, I
okay.
find it hard to believe that they wouldn't have enough food for however many people showed up at their door, you know?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of it felt like just forced drama and
Yeah,
manufactured situations, and it had me
yeah.
wondering, like, at what point did we decide we'd quit doing the, entertaining the kids at the hospital with the reading of the
Oh,
story,
yeah,
and,
yeah,
that
right.
was kind of a classic, and it seems like they've
Mhm.
abandoned that, and then they're maybe finding their way to new like, it was still
Yeah,
Quartermaine-centric,
Yep, it was.
But
That was maybe more
Monica was,
Alan Quarter yeah, yeah, Monaco is just referred
yeah,
to, like,
AWOL. She's
yeah,
AWOL.
yeah.
She was
It
off
seemed like
having real Christmas, maybe. But
maybe, hopefully she's
yeah,
healthy. Um, but yeah, it seemed like that was maybe during the Alan Quartermaine days when that was a big
Alan and
thing.
Steve Hardy before
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um,
But you're right, they did sort of just let that go in
yeah,
favor of, like, the, Rice Plaza sort
right,
of
yeah, the
stuff.
Rice Plaza, yeah. Have we
Yeah.
heard, like, why it's called Rice Plaza?
I don't think
Do we
so,
know?
Gia. I don't
It
think we do
sounds
know.
legit to me.
It yeah.
Like, that sounds like a real name, I don't know why,
Mhm.
but, oh, yeah, okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the gingerbread jam then.
Okay. Which, I liked how, Dante and Sam had none of the children there, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true, yeah, they're beloved children.
Yeah.
Nobody, I mean, the classic to me, like, is Drew with his on and on, like,
Yeah,
carving the
yeah.
Scout's name. D Have we seen him with Scout more than, like, twice? And one
Maybe
of the
s
times he kept telling her to go away and draw a picture. Go over to the table and draw
I
a
know.
picture, you know?
Maybe she got a restraining order against him or something.
I would, she should.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of chosen family, it's time for her to choose a new one.
Yeah, I'm sure she would love that, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
But,
but anyway, what'd you think of the performance, the Blaze and
Blaze
Chase
and
and
Chase,
their big song?
well, I think they both have some talent.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
I I'm trying to I'm trying to be nicer because, like, I'm thinking now, like, that Nikolas has been given the axe, like,
Oh, do you think we're dooming these people when we s
I'm pretty sure we don't have
I
that
don't
kind
think
of
we're that
reach.
important. Yeah.
I know, but I don't wanna,
Dream
like,
on.
start any sort of
Oh,
negative,
okay.
like, domino
Okay.
effect or something, but so I
Alright.
will say this, they're talented. I thought the song was a bit monotonous. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, every time they cut back to it, it was like, "Oh, it's not over yet." It's just like,
It's all chorus.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's
exactly.
sort of a common trait in
Yeah.
pop songs of the day.
But,
Well, now
yeah.
you've got me like, do I have to, like, censor myself with you
No,
now?
I
Is
don't think
that
so, I don't think so,
Oh
but
my
maybe we should just say for the record, many
god.
times we start out hating a character, and then months
And
later we
then
love them.
yeah,
So
our
please.
favorite. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, I just I don't I thought that was the weakest song I've heard him do.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe it had more to do, like you said, with the song choice.
I think it was the
Uh,
song, yeah, because when they were doing,
yeah.
like, the carol or whatever
The
carol it
carols did
was.
sound kinda pretty, yeah, so
Yeah, that was better. If that was
yeah.
actually them singing, that was some good harmonizing, I thought there, but,
Yeah, yeah, but I thought
so
and I kinda thought and I say it, I don't think she's gonna be a regular Blaze, so I
yeah,
thought she
okay.
was the weaker
Uh-huh,
link there.
uh-huh,
I don't know
okay.
if they're links, if there's only 2 of them, but,
Right, right. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, like, if they were gonna torture Brooklyn a little more and have him sort of develop an interest in Blaze, that, I to me, that wouldn't really work very well if they're also gonna pursue the police thing again. I don't know, because I don't know if he wants to really sing anymore, right? If he doesn't have to.
well, but he come back to Brooklyn and say he wasn't severing their business
Oh, yeah, I
relationship?
guess
Wasn't
that's
that
true. Yeah, yeah.
which I thought, is that just him slyly trying to keep, you know, keep the romance going, or I don't know,
I
but
don't
I don't
know.
know.
He didn't seem like there was much, I don't know, area to interpret his feelings there. He seemed pretty like matter of fact, like this is it. But maybe
Yeah,
he's kidding himself.
what
What?
happened to Teddy Bear Chase that was so nice all
I
the
know,
time?
I know that I was thinking that too. I was thinking this doesn't really feel like the real Chase. It doesn't
Doesn't
sound
ring
like him.
true, yeah. Oh,
Exactly. Yeah.
That reminds me, speaking of not seeming like themselves and not ringing true,
Yeah.
so Sasha is like a mechanic, and that's a piece of
I wondered if that's where you were
her
gonna go.
character's
Yeah.
backstory that
Yeah.
just now
She
came to the
pops up
front.
from behind a
Yeah,
motorcycle. Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
That
Huh.
was like that was such a last minute little bit written into,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
"Okay, how are we gonna get these motorcycles in the story? Because 'Cause that'll be so hot to have Brit appear on the motorcycle," and
Yeah, I know. It felt like a lot of stuff was just sort of jammed in there, like, sort of out of
yeah, like,
some
they threw in a B team and said, "Write a Christmas story,"
Yeah, yeah,
and,
uh-huh.
yeah.
So,
Speaking
yeah.
of, I watched A Christmas Story again. I watched a lot of Christmas movies, but,
Mhm.
are you familiar with that
Yeah,
newish classic? Yeah.
yeah.
I ended up watching, like, the second half and then the first half
Yeah,
when
'cause
it
it was on over
it
and
was
over
on.
and over
Yeah, yeah.
again. Yeah.
But, I'm coming around on it. At first, I was like, "I don't get why everybody just loves this," because it wasn't from my era,
Mhm.
uh, but I'm kinda coming around on it. Where do you stand on that?
Well, I thought it was alright initially, and now I just don't know. Yeah. I don't have any interest in watching it again, really.
Oh, okay. Do you
Yeah.
watch Christmas movies over and over or anything?
No.
Oh
No, I don't.
my god, we're so
I
different.
tried I tried to watch Love Actually, and I was like, "Nope, I can't do it."
I saw that there was a show about Love Actually, and I thought,
Yeah.
I've never actually seen Love Actually. I don't but I haven't gone that far yet, so
Yeah.
but
That's
gotcha,
an
okay. So,
that's another
It's a
one people
Wonderful
like
Life,
to watch a lot. No, you know my stand on that, I think. I
gotta
don't think
respect it.
Okay. Alright, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Sure. No, my classics would be The Grinch and Charlie Brown. That's all I need for
Oh,
Christmas.
yeah, the 2 that I didn't come across this year was a
Yeah, I
bummer.
know. Those are harder to find actually now.
My dad and I went into his little movie theater and we watched White Christmas, which is, I like the
Uh-huh.
oldies, so that's
Uh-huh.
Rosemary Clooney and Bing Cra it's just a
Yeah.
big excuse for a song and dance show.
Yeah, that sounds good to me,
The
actually.
plot is
Uh-huh.
barely there,
Yeah,
but,
that's fine. That's fine.
yeah, we
Uh-huh.
enjoyed it.
Okay. That's lovely, Gia.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah. So, let's see. We had,
I just sorry to wrap that up.
yeah, go ahead.
The General Hospital Christmas episode, I don't think can hold up to the test of time this year.
No,
That's
probably
my
not.
feeling.
Yeah, I don't think so
Kind
either.
of fun, but not really, like, let's not do that over again every year,
Yeah. I
you know?
liked that Austin was there to mix it up a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, like, now that they've untethered him from Maxie and vice
Yeah.
versa,
Now we
it's like,
can sort of
they're both, like, able to be themselves, and they're so
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Huh.
Yeah. Sometimes people come to get together as couples, and they become a real drag,
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's absolutely true. On these
Yeah.
shows, they try so hard to create this, like, chemistry and then the suspense of, will they be able to get together? And it's too much, the actual relationship can't bear the weight of that.
Yeah, this what is that? The center can't hold or something like that, and there's some saying about
Maybe.
that.
Could be,
S
Gia.
what
I
that is.
like that.
I heard a phrase today. It was
Yeah,
actually a TV critic. They were, like, doing a roundup of all the new shows this year, and I thought, "We could
yeah.
do that." Um, but she was talking about some show, and she said something about it's very punk rock, and I thought,
Hmm.
"I wanna work that into my lingo."
Okay, do you
It's
wanna
very
try
punk rock.
that will be your goal in the next half hour to work that into our podcast?
Appropriately, though, and I don't know if I'll see. If it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna force
Okay.
it, you know?
Okay. Well, alright, getting back to the weird sort of happenstance of Sasha and Sonny
It's funny
fixing a
working on the bike,
motorcycle.
yeah.
I kinda wish there had been a little more of that scene, if they were gonna do something silly like that, why not have a little more going on between them, 'Cause I like that Sonny's there for Sasha and that she
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
feels, like, comfortable with him. Um,
Yeah, that could have been a little more, but that's what I mean. It was so, like, last minute thrown in there,
Yeah,
just
like
like
yeah, they're sort of like these little
yeah.
throwaway scenes, and it's like, if you're gonna do this, just, kind of embrace it, I guess, a little more.
How do you feel about all this Cody pining away after
Ugh,
Brit now?
Cody.
Ah, Cody.
And that Mac is, like, he's almost like an overbearing father now, you know?
Well, yeah, yeah, and he is
Um,
yeah, that's gonna
he
be the
is.
big reveal and, yeah,
Yeah. Um,
yeah.
well, I still don't like the Cody Britt thing. I suppose they're trying to make him a little bit more of a sympathetic character now.
Yeah, because 'cause he's
Um,
gotta stick around apparently.
he's gotta
Uh,
stick around, yeah. So I guess I'm not gonna commit to hating him forever, but,
no, no.
you know
And he is less grating at the moment, I think.
At the moment, yeah, although when he talked about, like, delivering a horse, did your
You
eyes
can
roll
say
at
it.
that? Foal?
Yeah, I
No.
thought yeah, I thought he didn't sound natural using the lingo,
Yeah,
fold, you know?
uh-huh. Yeah, he sounded like me. Like,
A little
I'm
bit, yeah, you were timid about it, you were timid.
Uh-huh.
I felt that.
Now you're making me very uncomfortable.
I believe you can use it as a verb too, fold,
Old? Okay,
fold, you know?
okay.
Um,
Yeah, it seems like you coulda worked punk rock into that.
maybe, yeah, maybe.
Wouldn't have quite fit, but I
I don't
hope
know.
you gotta remember, like, keep that in mind. That's your goal, Gia.
Well, it might not happen in a half hour. I might not be awake in a half hour, so
Okay, okay. Um,
oh,
what? Go ahead.
uh, I just thought of a link, but overbearing fathers.
Yeah?
Where do you think we could go with that?
Hmm. Well, I wanted to go to Scotty next, but he's not really an
Oh,
overbearing father.
okay, now, well, let's go to Scotty, and then we'll come back to overbearing
You
fathers.
sure? You sure?
Okay, yeah, 'cause they said there was a line about Scotty today that really made me laugh.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I
Maxie was talking about
Oh, yeah. He
Scotty
might
being
break
at a
a hip.
foam party and he might break a hip. I thought that's pretty mean, like, throwing
No.
Scotty under the bus like an
Yeah.
old person, you know?
And do you know what a foam party is? Are we
I think
supposed
they're
to know?
talking about I don't think they are a thing anymore, but I think in the '90s they would do this, like, literally, like, soap up a
Oh.
rave, and there'd be,
Oh,
like,
uh-huh.
the big foam soap, like
Okay.
bubble bath, but not water.
Uh-huh.
I'm not
Uh-huh.
explaining it very eloquently.
Well, that's what I was picturing, but I thought
Yeah,
I still haven't
yeah.
ever heard that, I don't think,
They
but
were like
yeah.
a thing back in the I
Alright.
wanna say '90s, like, when people were running around with, like, glow tubes and,
Uh-huh. Okay.
raving when they were raving all over the place.
Sure, sure, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always like Scotty with Elizabeth because it feels like nobody else really sort of loves her and Mrs. Franco the same way she does,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well that was another chosen family moment.
Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah, and I
Yeah.
love that moment when she said she'd been spending all this time, like, thinking about the family that she didn't have,
Right,
you
right,
know?
and she had Laura and Scotty, and it's
Yeah,
true.
I
Yeah,
that really felt like such a good line that was completely perfect for that
yeah,
scene,
that was a sweet moment, really
Yeah,
was, yeah.
yeah, mhm.
Yeah,
So
and Laura, in the same way as Scotty, it was, um
yeah,
her support of Elizabeth all these years has been,
mhm,
tremendous, really, even though
mhm.
her son has been out of the picture,
Yep,
these many years. We
yep,
don't
that's
even
right.
get mentions of him anymore,
Not really, no.
and he's not supposed to be dead, right? He's
Right,
off
he's just
somewhere.
off somewhere. He had to go, like, clear his head in Ireland or something.
Must be pretty foggy, 'cause
But that
he's
was a
off in
nice
real life, he's off, like, in a band with his brother, so like a Christian rock band or
Oh,
something.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
done other shows too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in that Nashville show.
Nashville, yeah. Mhm.
Quite
Mm,
insipid, the show, I
mm.
thought.
Yeah, and he was a really good character on Hospital, I
He
thought.
was, yeah, he defined that role, right? He was the first
Yeah,
one and the yeah,
I think so.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff,
Anyway,
good times. But,
what
yeah, I
else about
liked
Scotty?
I liked that just that little scene with just, like, that handful of people, it's just kinda nice and low key.
Okay, yep. Yep.
Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, do you wanna talk about the overbearing father?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say the other overbearing father, in my opinion, is Curtis.
Oh, Curtis, yeah,
Oh.
gosh.
Like,
Yeah.
as soon as they decided on that storyline of making him Trina's, real
Mhm.
biological father, it's like they flipped a switch and made him less likable,
Yeah,
and I liked
yeah.
him a lot,
I did too. I liked him very much. He was
and now he's
complicated.
yeah,
Yep. I
and so
know.
I'm not digging I'm digging with, like, Trina's reaction to him being an overbearing father figure
Mhm. Yeah.
because she's, like, always like, boundaries,
Yeah. Mhm. And we did,
but
speaking of the Robinson family, we did have a bit more squealing from Portia.
yep, yep, I can't remember what it was in reaction to, but I was like,
Presents, when
"Oh,
she got a
Jesus,"
present
yeah.
from Curtis, and it
Oh,
wasn't
right,
even a
right.
wasn't even that personal a gift, I didn't think,
It was like toiletries or something, right?
It's like he saw a list of presents you can get your lady,
Yeah,
and
lady, yeah.
yeah, so
Maybe Amazon did helped him with that or something.
maybe, so
Mm.
yeah, there was that. That was all. I don't know. I mean, I liked that they told Trina they were gonna follow her lead, and they were all sort of at the house, and,
Oh, I liked all the Christmas trees.
you did.
At first, I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" And then I was like, "Wow, it's like a it's like a
What the hell's
forest
going
in
on
there."
there?
I'm disoriented.
No, are they in a store window? What's happening?
I was like, "Why shouldn't I have a whole series of trees?" Kinda like it.
Yeah, that's true. Why stop at one? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we can't even have one with a kitty,
I know, I know.
but I
Yeah.
sort I liked that they were like, I know a lot of people have a different tree in each room or whatever, but I
Mhm.
liked that theirs all kinda looked alike, but they were, like,
Yeah,
different sizes and stuff,
right,
and
right.
it's
Yep.
kinda
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, and, she and Spencer had a pretty good, I guess, little sort of visit
Yeah, and,
there.
I mean, of course, it's very cliched, they're like, "We're gonna pretend to be in love,
Yeah.
pretend to be in a
Yeah.
relationship," and, of course, then they really will be, because they both
Uh-huh.
really want to be, and
Yes, they
I
do.
guess that's a
Mhm.
time-honored cliche that works, so
I guess so,
we'll
yeah.
go with it. We'll go with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They're
Um
gonna be an interesting couple.
They will be an interesting couple, that's true, and of course, her family will be warning her against,
The
seeing
bad
more of
boy, yeah,
him.
we're gonna
Yeah.
have Trina with Spencer
Mhm.
and Joss with Dex, and
Oh,
it's gonna
boy.
be
Wow, think of
like
those
they've
well, he decked Dexter, right? So,
yeah.
they couldn't really double date without, quite a bit of awkwardness.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
but just like, I don't know if you'd say they graduated, but they each have moved away from
Mhm.
these
Yeah,
very sweet,
yeah.
um, kind young men that,
Mhm,
were
where what you
nothing but
see is what you get,
yeah,
bas
nothing
right?
but goodness and to
Yeah.
the dark, complicated
Mhm.
young men.
Mhm. True.
Interesting,
True,
interesting.
Gia. And will they pay for that or will they I don't know. I mean,
I don't know, that do they just have to be is it just too boring to be with good guys?
yeah, I don't really like that idea that that's what the case I don't know. I feel like hmm, we'll see. I mean,
Mhm.
both Spencer and Dex have shown that they have definitely a good side.
Right, right, but they're both pretty convoluted,
Yeah,
I mean, Spencer, we know, obviously, is
right.
a hot mess.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he doesn't have a
Dex
lot of self-control.
we don't know what Dex's agenda is,
Right.
Like, at first, it seemed maybe just mercenary,
Mhm.
but I don't think so. I think it's like a personal vendetta or something.
Right, right, yeah, we don't know because right now, he's seeming like a pretty decent guy, right?
Yeah, but if you think about how he first came on the scene, like, the
Mhm.
first time Joss encountered him, he was beating somebody up
Yeah, that's true.
at Sonny's
Yeah,
direction, you
yeah,
know? Which
yep.
I liked that.
Yeah, that was cute.
I just liked that they were let's if we're gonna be mobsters, let's show a
Yeah.
little, like,
Right, right.
the ugly side of
Mhm.
this
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
we can
Mhm.
show that, these aren't necessarily the best citizens of your town, you
Right,
know?
right, it's not just this romantic sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That reminded me for some reason, going back to Cody, didn't he admit to having a child
Did
to
he?
somebody? It seemed
Honestly, I
like
was half asleep. Well, he was looking at the babies.
yeah,
Is
and
that
I
what you
think it
mean?
was a yeah, it was a nurse or somebody who came up and said, "Is she yours?" or something like that. Or I don't know. It seemed like he said something that made it sound like he also had a
Hmm.
child, but I don't
Maybe
know.
that's the deep, dark secret. He and Dante have a child together.
I would like that.
I also feel like we're getting a sudden, like, shift in Dante's character, or they're trying
Yeah,
to make him
yeah,
dark and brooding.
or something, yeah, and
Something.
he's like, they're gonna
Tortured, a
make
tortured cop, you know?
and he was tortured before, when
Yes,
he had
yes,
that
quite,
all that
yeah.
shit in his head, but
PTSD and yeah.
yeah,
People were clicking pens and
yeah, that's right, yeah. But it seemed like he was certainly interesting enough, when it wasn't just him and Sam doing their
yeah,
lovey-dovey stuff, you know?
yeah.
Like, when he's talking to Sonny or Michael, going around trying to keep the peace and, be honest with, everybody about, I don't know, what was going on.
Yeah, yeah, yes, exactly. He's an interesting character without
Yeah,
having to
right.
drum up some new drama, um,
Exactly, yeah.
but I guess
Mhm.
we're watching a drama, so
I guess so.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, it would've like, the whole thing, like, if he's supposed to be all sort of torn up about what happened to Rory, the 2 of them seemed like they were on such separate paths before that I mean, I can
Yeah, and they weren't
understand
really
that.
tight.
Right, right. I mean, if he was supposed to maybe, like, go there first or something and then Rory, like, beat him to that apartment or whatever, like, he might have some guilt, but it seemed like it was just, like, a disconnected kind of thing that happened, you know?
Speaking of at that apartment, has
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
mentioned the
the
dead
guy,
body yet?
the guy,
The dead guy.
you
There's a
know?
dead guy. We need to pick up dead guy on aisle 8.
You know, you'd think there might be some more clues about the hook buried in that dead guy, right?
Yeah, like, maybe it wasn't connected at all to what happened to Roy, it just happened to be an apartment that had a guy
That
that
had a
maybe
dead
had a
guy?
yeah, he had a heart attack, died of natural causes, like, but nobody's mentioned him again.
That's true. How sloppy is that?
It's not very Christmassy, I guess. Maybe they're just letting it drop for a few days till
Yeah,
Christmas is over. I don't know.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
it seems sloppy to not,
Mhm.
bring it up, somebody.
I mean, yeah, we wanna believe at least one of these cops knows what they're
Oh my
doing,
god. Yeah,
you know? Oh
yeah.
god, that is ridiculous, isn't it?
It does seem like a little like a bit of a clue, or a
Mhm.
complication or something.
Yep.
Did the hook kill him? Is he the hook?
Right.
Is he
Well,
anybody knows? Like,
right.
uh,
If the hook
uh
had attacked that person also, then you'd think there'd be that snake poison or snake venom in that body too.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh, uh,
yeah. Heather?
I was yeah, I was really drifting at the end there.
Okay.
Did she indicate somehow that she was the hook at the end? Or
Well, she was really sort of trying to convince them that Ryan knew or that maybe she was trying to sort of connect Ryan and Esme. I
Yeah.
guess sort of going along with their theory that it's Esme. And I
Now
don't
is she doing that because she's got some deal with Ryan? Like, is there some angle that they're working
I couldn't tell if she was working with him or if she was trying to like sort of
against
betray
him or
him. Yeah.
yeah.
Um so cuz I guess she could sort of frame him if she's got, that earring and necklace or whatever that
Yeah.
theoretically would be in his possession.
That could
Um
be it could be a really she's been working the long game here all
maybe.
these years.
Yeah.
She's a very
Um
funny cougar, though. She's cracking me up with
she sure
the
is. Yeah.
constant come-ons.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. She's something. She's a good character.
Yeah, but I don't want her to be the hook because that's just sort of a giveaway. Like, yeah, yeah, it's the Looney Tunes woman that
Well, and
doesn't.
then yeah, and they definitely were making you think that when she saw the picture, did you see that part when she saw the picture on the cop's phone that was taken at Rice Plaza?
No.
It was
Okay.
it was with Laura and Spencer
Oh, the picture.
and
Okay.
Trina, yeah. And Spencer and Trina had wanted to have their picture
Right.
taken. That
Yeah,
was, like,
that was a
exactly what
setup.
they
Yeah.
wanted to happen. Um, so she was reacting the way that they wanted whoever the hook was to react. But
Mm.
that means she's sneaking out, and where
Yeah.
was she? Was she in Spring Ridge during all the previous
I
murders?
don't know. I can't even recall exactly when she appeared on the scene here.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. Must have been after some of those killings.
yeah. And,
So I guess we're supposed to believe she can just come and go because she knows enough people in there or can
or
manipulate them.
she's got some like hole in her wall that takes her through the
Yeah.
catacombs or something, and
Right, right, yeah.
I don't know. There'll
So
be some cockamamie explanation. It'll be very punk rock.
there you go. Bingo, Gia. She
Yeah,
did it. She did it.
yeah. No, I didn't really. But
That was pretty good. That was
I'm
pretty
sorry.
good.
I keep saying yeah, yeah, because I'm hooked on this new Instagram account or new to me
Uh-huh.
Instagram account
Uh-huh.
with
Yeah.
these cats, and they're business cats, and they have ties, and like, and they're all orange, and then there's this one other cat they call Lobster Doug, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know why it's so intriguing to me, but the orange cat story was like, yeah, yeah.
I don't I don't know how to respond to that, Gia, but,
It's just what I spend my day
yeah.
watching, and it's got like so many followers.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
So
that's
I
okay. That's
get
alright.
stuck on these voices, and then the rest of it is like watching panda bears like fall out of trees or
Yeah, mhm.
watching rabbits eat grapes or
Oh,
carrots
that's so
or,
fun. I love
just like
watching a rabbit eat
like
a grape.
it's very funny. It's all pretty
Yeah,
funny.
it is. Those little animals, they're
Oh,
delightful.
speaking of panda bears,
Mhm.
big news while I was in Memphis that, in our world anyway, the panda bears that have been at the Memphis Zoo are
Yeah.
the contract is up and they're going back to China.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
that
know that
happened.
actually happened. I didn't know
Yeah.
they actually
Mhm.
hold you to those contracts.
Yeah, I know, it's
Like,
weird, isn't it, to think
it
about,
is
like, just
weird.
shipping pandas back to
Yeah,
another
and these
country.
pandas, like, they showed them, and they look pretty bad now. They look pretty
Oh.
scruffy. It's been, like, 20 years,
Oh, man. Oy.
and I'm like, "Are they gonna even know what the hell's happening, the poor things?"
I
Like,
know, that seems like that would be pretty traumatic,
I
that
think so. My
journey.
mother would be so sad. It's like
Yeah.
Yaya and Lele, I think are their names. But,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
I'm sorry, that was a tangent.
No, it's alright.
I'm all done. I'm all
Poor
done.
poor pandas, gosh. Oh,
I mean, it'd
dear.
be preferable if they could be in whatever wild place they're supposed to be in,
Yeah, of
but then
course.
I'm thinking, like, how disorienting will that be to be
Mhm.
crated up and shipped back to China? I don't
Oh,
know.
man. Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Oh,
Oh,
but
dear.
I think they've still got their polar bear, so it's okay.
Okay. Alright. I'm sure the polar bear's psyched to be in Memphis.
Yeah, I know. You don't know, maybe.
Maybe you think they're all bummed out about the icebergs and stuff. I just want to go to Florida.
I'm old.
Somebody sponsor me, for crying out loud. Oh dear, Gia.
Oh,
That's
okay, let's get
silly.
back to
Silly.
General Hospital. Okay,
All
what,
right.
I feel
Well,
like we kinda covered a lot
I
of it.
guess we did. Who in like whatever episode you recall of the last handful, who would you say was your standout character? Is that too hard right now?
Um, maybe. I'm gonna just go with Heather because we were just talking about her,
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
I guess. But,
Yeah.
I guess with a runner-up of Brit. I think Brit's bringing
Uh-huh.
it here towards the end.
Yep, she's doing a good job. It was nice to see Terry again.
Yep, yeah, okay.
And I like seeing Austin more, I like seeing him just sort of work in the room a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. And
Yeah, it bums me out after seeing he and Brit together that she's gonna be gone because 'cause they're so great together.
yeah, yeah. Also we didn't really mention Spinelli and Maxie and Georgie and
Oh,
Ellie
right,
all
right, right.
together.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
kind of there
That was
were
ki
there were a couple moments in that episode that got me a little teared up, and I can't remember what
were
they
you
were.
were you were you did you have your snout in the eggnog the whole time or something? Was
I was so
what
drunk.
was
No.
spiked eggnog?
I think one of them was, like, the Elizabeth scene with Scotty and Laura. That one I found very touching.
Okay. Maybe you
Uh,
maybe your pickled soup had
it
turned
yeah, it
fermented. Did it ferment?
curdled. Uh, yeah, I'm sure it tastes like it can be nowhere. There's nothing in it that's healthy, even though it's got potatoes and carrots and stuff. It just feels like it's like drinking brine, from a pickle jar.
Well, the pickling process itself, they seem to think it has some, like pickled items are
Right,
supposed
I
to have
guess.
some
Yeah,
positive effect on your gut
yeah,
health, like all the
the vinegar.
kimchi and the
Yeah,
vinegary based stuff and
uh-huh,
sauerkraut and
yeah,
so I'm in favor of all that. Because I lean more towards the kids' palate of
yeah. So you should
food.
probably try a pickle soup then.
I
Mm.
like fried pickles. Have you done fried pickles at a restaurant?
No, I haven't. No.
Although I had them once at a kind of a sports bar, and they were so freakishly salty that they couldn't even. And I love
Yeah,
salt,
I
but
know, I know.
I've had them at another place, and they usually have like a dipping sauce of some kind, which is
Mhm. Yeah.
like a sriracha mayo or something, or
Okay,
that
yep,
kind of
yep.
sort
Mhm,
of fun.
mhm. Okay.
Anyway, okay, so we've established you weren't actually drunk. You were just feeling a little sentimental.
Yeah, a little sentimental, yep,
Y
yep.
You teared up, okay. I think I'll be
Yeah.
tearing up over Brit's, like, exit.
Yeah. I hope they really do a good job with that story. I hope they,
Yeah.
don't just, drop the ball or something. But, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but it'll be sad, and I will be tearing up when they how are they gonna handle Epiphany's,
Oh,
absence? How are
yeah.
they gonna explain her
Right.
absence?
I know, that's a good
Obviously, this was,
question.
not foreseen, obviously.
No, no.
Um,
That's a good question, Gia. I don't
It'll have
know.
to be an off-camera
Mhm.
occurrence in the
Mhm.
plot line,
True,
you know?
yeah. Right. Yeah. Gosh,
Car
yeah,
accident or
that's
something.
right. Yeah, that's what
It'll
I'm
it'll
thinking.
be and how sad must that be when they have that happen and the characters have to or they're acting, but it's for real, you know?
Yeah, right, right. They're not just leaving for another
Yeah.
soap or something.
Yeah, they're not just going to Florida because they got old and they wanna get a consumer cellular account and a cricket phone or whatever. Do they still
That's your
make those?
it's like your free association of what old people are all about.
I am old people.
I know.
You better step off. I am old people. Why? What do you
Uh,
say? What do you picture old people?
that's pretty much it, I guess. Early dinner.
And Skechers. You get the
Yeah, shoes with Velcro instead of laces. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Uh,
Oh, it's all good. It's all
I was
good.
old
Yeah.
people. I went on a flight and I thought, "Oh, I can take my little headphones and plug in and I can watch Hulu stuff while I'm waiting at the airport for 30
Mhm.
hours or whatever."
Yeah.
And that so my new phone, I'm like, "There's no place to plug it in."
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. They done away
Yeah.
with jacks on a lot of phones.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so then my husband has to explain to me what I would need, and I'm like, "I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what are you
Oh, poor Gia. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The car I rented didn't use a key, it was a button, the button start thing.
Uh-huh.
That took
Wow.
me a few minutes to figure.
Yeah, this
I was
must
like,
have been
"Well, where is
quite
it?"
a journey for you into the
Yeah, it
21st
was a lot of
century.
new stuff going on. It was a Nissan Exima or something like that.
Uh-huh. Eczema. Yeah, you should have a job in product development or something.
Yeah, and then I had to drive it in this, like, blizzard with, cars off the road. It wasn't really a
Oh,
blizzard,
yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
I haven't driven in that in a while. I was like, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
right.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
I got a flip phone and moved to Florida. Too old for this crap."
Yeah, that's true. It's so easy to forget, but you gotta slow down.
Slow it down, people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oy, I'm so tired of this cold weather already. Not even January yet.
Yeah. Did you have power out anymore? I know
Yeah,
you
well, there was
already did, but
we had the one outage where it lasted for 3 days, and we were lucky. There were people who lost it for 4 or 5 days in that one,
uh,
and then the second
dreadful.
one, the second outage happened, I think that was Christmas Eve maybe or
Oh, you
somewhere
did have
around
it
there.
again. Oh, no.
And it was only out for, like, 7 hours, but it was super windy, and the temperature in the
Oh,
house went from 56 to 37 in, like,
oh,
5
baby.
hours,
Oh,
and it was
man. That's
fucking
painful.
miserable.
Yeah.
It was a miracle that the power came back on at, like, 2 AM because I was thinking, "I gotta go down to the basement and shut off the water," you know?
Yeah.
I shouldn't wait to do that, but
Yeah.
didn't have to,
That's
thank God.
rough. That is
Yeah.
rough. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had really this much really
it's just been
challenging
a
weather.
doozy on the whole
Yeah,
country. I mean, it's
yeah, I
really
know,
poor
I
Buffalo,
know.
my god.
I know, I shouldn't even complain at all because
Well,
Buffalo
yeah, I
is
shouldn't
really
either. I
getting
don't I
socked.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ugh,
but,
it's
oh,
rough.
and the here okay, I'll end with this one. It's not General Hospital, but, so I'm
Okay.
at the airport, and I'm like, got all this time, I'm like, "Oh, Starbucks. I've got a Starbucks card," and so and
Yeah.
there's really not much of a line. How wonderful. Um, because
That sounds like you.
they didn't have any coffee because the whole city's under this boil water, uh
Oh, uh-huh,
thing because
uh-huh,
of the storm and lines bursting,
uh-huh,
and
uh-huh,
I was
wow.
like, "Oh, man." Yeah.
Ah, sheesh. Was there anything, like, refrigerated, like,
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
cold
you coulda
Starbucks drinks and stuff that
I
you could
coulda
have?
done that, but I don't swing
Uh-huh.
that way.
Really? Okay.
I'm more punk rock.
Okay, now
That didn't
you
really work.
no, you erased the good one that you did earlier.
I'm always doing that, taking it just a step too far.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
oh, Gia. Well, it's great to have you back home.
Well, thanks, good to be back, and hope everybody had a good Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, happy holidays, everybody,
Happy
hopefully.
holidays, happy holidays. And maybe our next episode, we can do, like, New
Have
Year's
a cocktail?
resolutions or
Oh,
some and have a
okay.
cocktail or something,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I
Or
think I
anti-resolutions or something,
right, right,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, Gia.
Alright, well, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see
Yes,
y'all next
thank
time.
you. Yep, alright, you can go to
Alright,
sleep
night.
now, Gia. Okay,
Alright, see ya.
bye.